Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about let your ex go. If you've been dumped and you didn't want the breakup to happen, the only thing you can do is no contact. The only thing you can do is to let it go. Because I see time and time again when people try and get their ex back by messaging them, by begging, by pleading, that never works out. And it's hard and it's difficult because that's the natural instinct. Like if you're losing someone, you instantly feel like you need to do something to get them back. You need to say the right words. You need to do the right things. You need to apologize. You need to beg. You need to plead. You need to write them a letter. You need to call up their family and friends to try and convince them that they need to get back with you. You have like you want to go into action mode to try and prevent this from happening. But unfortunately, that always has the opposite effect that you want it to have. When you do those kinds of things, you actually make yourself look more unattractive and more needy. And because you're doing that, they want to leave you more. They don't want to, you're basically acting so needy and so desperate that it turns their stomach even further, and they definitely feel like they don't want to be with you anymore because you're affirming the choice that they made, like because you're appearing so unattractive. So what you need to do then is you need to do no contact and not speak to them anymore, and vow to yourself that you're never going to speak to them again, because that's all you can do. If you do the opposite and you beg and you plead, you're just going to make it worse. You're just going to make it 10 times worse, and you're going to push them right out of your life. Because a lot of people think if they beg and they plead, they're actually drawing their ex back to them. But actually what they're really doing is they're pushing their ex away. So, what you need to do then, after no contact, or while you're during the no contact period, is you need to first try and get your self-esteem back up. Because if you have been dumped and you didn't want the breakup to happen, you're going to be feeling pretty awful about yourself. You're going to have low self-esteem and you're just going to be feeling like rubbish. So what you need to do is to give yourself a lot of time and actually a bit of grace as well. Because if you have been broken up with, right, you're not going to get, and it's only recently just happened, and even if it happened a long time ago, but you still feel quite emotional about it, you're going to need time to get over it. So give yourself some grace and realize that it's going to take some time for you to get over it, because let's say you were together for a long time or your emotions were just extremely, extremely invested. You need to give yourself time. Okay, you can't get over things within like a 24-hour period. I know it seems like it when you watch, when you're on social media, let's say you're watching and you're following someone's breakup, basically, like let's say a mutual friend or something, or just a friend who's broken up with their partner, and then suddenly they're in a relationship and within a week with someone else. It may seem like they could get over it really fast and they've completely forgotten about that person, but that's very, very rare. And usually what it means is that they're just showing a highlight reel on social media, right? Because what you got to realize about social media is even though it looks like people are having amazing and brilliant lives, you only get to see, like I said, like a highlight reel. It's not actually real. People don't, you see the photos of Bali, you see the photos of Greece. You don't see them sitting at the airport for like 9 hours because there's been a delay. You don't see them with their messy buns with like no makeup on, or in their sweatpants, right? You don't see those things. You see the holiday pics. You see them looking hot in a bikini or in some nice pair of trunks or something like that. That's all you see. You see the highlights, right? So don't be fooled by social media and the fact that it seems like people move on really quickly from relationships. They do not. And even if they do, it's probably because they're very insecure, right? And they feel like they can't be single for a little while. Someone who is secure in themselves doesn't mind having a few months being single, like half a year or even a year or maybe even a bit longer. They don't mind that because they're secure in themselves. They know that they're going to be fine being single for a while, and perhaps they know how to be single and enjoy being single, right? And they see relationships as a complement to their life and not something that they desperately need. So don't worry too much about those kinds of things, because it might be the case that your ex looks like they've moved on really fast. But if that's the case, all that really means is that they feel so insecure that they can't be alone. But you're not going to do that. You're going to take your time to heal and get over it, right? Which is why you need the time. Because if you're still upset about it, you need more time. You need more time to process it, to get over it, to get better. A cool technique that you can do, if you're not into like going to counseling or therapy, even though I do recommend you do that if you are really struggling. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not in any way medical whatsoever. So if you feel like you need that, then you should definitely go for it. But if you would like just, some quick tips on how you can maybe work things out in your own head by yourself, then what I would suggest that you do is you get yourself a journal, or you open the notes app on your phone, or you go on to get a fresh Word document up, and you just write down your relationship with that person and what happened, how things ended, how you feel about it. And what you want to do is you want to be very, very truthful when you're writing these things down. You don't want to be BSing yourself, because sometimes people write things down with the intention that someone's going to read it, even a diary, right? But what you want to do, it's almost like you put on a performance while you're writing. You're not actually being as truthful. But what you want to do is you want to be as truthful as you possibly can in this account. Because even if you did some things that are embarrassing, but let's say, for example, you don't want someone to read this, then just delete it after you've written it all down. But when you've got it all down on paper, or you can see it in front of you on a Word document or on your notes app on your phone, you can then see how things progressed, how things happened. You can figure out what you did right, what you did wrong. You can figure out what you liked in that person, what you don't like in that person. So when you go and find someone new, you know what you don't want, and you know what you do want, okay? Because a lot of people go straight into a new relationship, not even like doing that inner work and realizing what they now want. And what happens is they usually end up with someone who's exactly the same as their ex. And you don't want that, because obviously it didn't work out in that relationship. You want someone new, you want someone fresh. And there may be some traits that you liked, which is great, but there's probably also traits that you didn't like. And it's important that you get clear on what those things are. So when you're doing no contact, do inner work like that. It's also a good idea as well to try and level up in life. Don't be just sitting around mopey, looking at your phone, hoping that they're going to message you. Be taking action on important things in your life. Because ideally for you, I want you to have the best life possible. And you definitely can have life the way that you want it. And even if you don't achieve absolutely everything in your life that you've always wanted, you're still going to be way better off if you try to progress towards those things than those people that don't ever try at all. So even though you may never get everything 100%, you're still going to get a lot more than if you hadn't even tried in the first place. So you might as well be doing that. You might as well be trying to make your dreams a reality, because the time is going to pass anyway. So you might as well be trying to make an awesome life for yourself. And that's going to make you feel really good. And if you can find someone better as well in the future, who's way better than your ex in every metric, so like let's say they're better looking than your ex, let's say they've got better prospects in life than their ex, they've got a better job, let's say they live in a better area, and they've got a better personality. You want to level up. You never want to downgrade, right? When you've been dumped, you want to find someone way better than your ex, so you can feel really good about yourself, and also you found someone awesome who you're probably going to get on a lot better with and have a better and healthier relationship. So thank you so much for watching. If you would like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christinelovage.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.